Hey everybody, how's it going? I got a beef today, a major beef. Now, what is the most overplayed monster in the mainstream media right now? Let me think about this for about 14 milliseconds. It's zombies, okay? It's zombies. I am so fed up with zombies, and I think zombies are even fed up with zombies. We have zombie books, we have zombie movies, we have zombie TV shows, we have zombie breakfast cereal, we have zombie survival guides, we got zombie walks, and we got zombie-thons, and I've had enough of it. This mainstream saturation with the whole zombie thing has bred this proliferation of, well, zombies that say that they're massive zombie fans. But I can only name off maybe one or two zombie-related things that they've ever encountered in their entire life. So it's time for me to step up and show you guys the good stuff, the stuff that you're probably missing out on. That's right, I'm taking you to Zombie School. Today's first lesson in Zombie School is the remake of Dawn of the Dead. Now, the original Dawn of the Dead's a classic, and it was a big deal when the remake came out, and blah 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 blah. It's not really worth talking about, because that was like 1,000 years ago, and nobody really gives a shit when every other movie in existence has since been remade. Taken into its own merits, the new Dawn of the Dead is one of the best zombie movies in the new millennium. It's up there with 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later, and I actually find it far superior to something like Zombieland. This is a movie that doesn't even really waste time with build-up. We get introduced to our main character in really quick order, and then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. It's the zombie apocalypse. Oh my god, 3 minutes into the movie, society's collapsed, zombies everywhere, cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. Our heroine, played by Sarah Polley, manages to run into some other people, and they decide to hole up in a mall until this whole flesh-eating, running murderer situation sorts itself out, because why wouldn't it, right? I mean, I think it's a fair judgment call to make here. And soon inside the mall, they meet up with some of the mall security who are major jerk faces, and at first you're thinking this is going to turn into the worst zombie cliche, the human enemy. That mankind is really uglier than the undead threat. And although these guys are antagonistic at first, it all gets sorted out, and they decide to all just kind of stick together for the greater good anyways. Alright, if I have one major beef with that movie, it's they're holed up in the mall, everything's going good, everything's going great, and then, all of a sudden, the characters have this discussion. It's time to leave the mall. We can't stay here, die holed up, to which they decide to go to an island, because of course there wouldn't be any zombies on the island for no reason. I mean, there's been nothing to back up that an island would ever possibly be safe, but let's go for it, guys. Rig up some buses, go out there. What could possibly go wrong? Now, this movie doesn't have the most, deep characters. It doesn't have the most well-drawn characters. They're all just kind of broad stereotypes, but they're all kind of likable and they're all kind of fun in their own way. There's a genuinely great back and forth little character thing with a guy that lives across the street, and he's stuck on the roof, and he has the gun shop, and they communicate exclusively through dry erase boards with him, and it's incredibly clever and incredibly you grow oddly attached to that character in the gun store, even though he has absolutely no dialogue. But I mean, this isn't a movie about characters. You know, a lot of the more recent zombie fare these days is way too wrapped up in showing the ugly side of humanity and showing the bitter fight for survival, and everyone's starving and diseased and disgusting and unbathed. And, you know, this movie focuses on the fact that it's a zombie movie. And when you make a zombie movie, you should probably have some zombies in it. And have some zombies it does. The thing that this movie just gets totally right is it's an unapologetic zombie movie. This movie is a horror movie about zombies, and we get a lot of zombies, and we get so many awesome action set pieces. And this was directed by Zack Snyder, actually the same guy that would go on to do 300, Watchmen, and Sucker Punch. But hey, Watchmen and 300, you know. And he has a knack for just doing awesome monster attacks and great jump scares and cool scenes. And the scope of this movie is a bit bigger than you would think if it's just going to be zombies in a mall. You're thinking, oh, you're stuck in a mall, zombies come in, they kill everybody, it's over. It's like Night of the Living Dead in a mall. No, very little of the movie even kind of takes place in the mall. The whole third act takes place in the destroyed post-apocalyptic world where they're in these crazy battle buses that they made, because that can happen. And it's just really fun. And that's something else that this movie does that I think is so right compared to so many other modern zombie movies. The remake of Dawn of the Dead is just fun. It's not pretentious, it's not preachy, it's not ugly. It's just a really fun monster movie. You like zombies, you like seeing people fight zombies in creative and cool situations, you like funny dialogue and fun characters, well then what's not to like about this movie? I realize that this movie is like pretty recent. Most of you have probably already seen it, but if you haven't, for the love of God, man, go check it out. It's just super great.